All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. That's a toilet flushing above me. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. That is Jake Vever, stand-up comedian in New York City. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. Jake, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I record next to my window. I'm just going to turn my computer around for a second. What do you think of that, Snow? Can you?
Nice. You know, there's some times when I sit and I think to myself, it costs so goddamn much to live in New York. Maybe I should have stayed in Iowa. It's so hard to get ahead here. And then I see that it's 14 degrees below zero, 38 with the wind chill.
It's heated up. It started at 18 below before the sun came up. And
there
now
we
it's 14. Oh no, minus 11. Now it's minus 11. I don't know what the wind chill adds, but yeah, it's
there you go. It's up to minus 11.
Yeah.
They say that it's more the humidity that gets you than the heat. It's
good brisk weather. Who's fucking with the furnace? God damn it.
I don't know. Maybe they're fucking with it because it's polar conditions outside.
Right. It is. I like it. I like winter. I've always been a fan of winter. I got to go shovel my
Well, there's liking winter and then there's 14 below. That's crazy.
I don't mind it at all. What do you want to jump in with, my friend? Well, that's fucking miserable. New York's sinking. I saw that in the news the other day. Have you seen that? New York is sinking. The entire East Coast is sinking like a sixth of an inch a year or something silly like that. So we're all going to die somehow.
Yeah, it happens. But I mean, Iowa City, all you got to do is drive on Interstate 80 from New York to get there. It's not any further north or south, yet somehow it's way hotter in the summer. And it's negative 14 degrees right now. What's the temperature here? Let me check the temperature. Like it's not great outside, but yeah, it's 43 degrees here right now, man. Like it's so much.
Jesus Christ, that's like summer. That's shorts and t-shirt weather. 43 degrees.
But it feels like 35.
I still wear a sweatshirt in 35, but all right,
dude. Yeah, I don't like the cold. I've always hated it. I hated it my entire life in the Midwest. And oh my God. Like, dude, as an atheist, I barely ever bring God into the conversation, but even God hates the Midwest. You know, like that's just proof. It's not further north or south. It's not Alaska. You go that far north, you expect this kind of thing. This is going completely parallel on Interstate 80 for like 18 hours, and somehow it's like 70 fucking degrees colder right now. That's insane to me.
We get that jet stream, the Canadian, it dips right in the Midwest and drops all the cold air, like, and then it bounces back. Like if you look at a map, it goes down and up. So yeah.
See, Trump was building the wall on the wrong border. My God.
All right. Well, lest we become a weather podcast, let's jump right in. Let's start with something light, Jake. And I say this every week, I love misleading headlines. I love clickbait headlines. Fox News has kicked my Pillow Guy out of its advertising bed. I see what
not
they
my
did there.
pillow anymore.
It's a pillow, and they kicked him out of his bed. It makes it seem like and I called this when I saw this headline. I said, I think this is what's happening. And so you read the article, and I was right. He's out of money. He's filed for bankruptcy. He's broke. So basically all they did is said, well, you can't pay for advertising. And it says right in the article, as soon as he can pay for advertising, they're going to welcome him back on the air. It's not like there's any sort of political disagreement or moral disagreement or kicked him off the air. It's literally.
But it makes it seem like they took some political stance against the guy.
Right. Like, we got sued and lost election fraud denial or whatever. We got it wrong. And you're still pushing that lie, the lie. So we're going to take you off the air. No, it was literally like, hey, you haven't paid your bill, so we can't advertise your stuff. As soon as you pay your bill, you're back on the air. It's just a bullshit headline to get people to click and go, oh, yeah, Fox News is even against Mike Lindell. No, they're not.
It's so funny because you don't even need to spin it that way to make it kind of look bad for a guy. I mean, the fact that he's out of money because of all of this, voter fraud denial, election denial, whatever, conspiracy nonsense. I mean, that to me is a more damning thing than, Fox just doesn't want you on. They go back and forth with Trump ever since he started running in 2016.
Yeah, I actually just read an article yesterday. I didn't send it to you. It wasn't that interesting. That said DeSantis here in Iowa, because the caucus is tomorrow, is complaining about Fox News. The article talked about how when Trump was down a little bit, they crowned DeSantis the new king of conservatives, and then just turned their back on him, and now he's complaining about that. Fox just sort of goes with what their viewers want. Fox does not spread information. And that was the big thing. Part of why the reason they had to settle for almost $1 billion is because every email said, okay, we should be reporting this, but our viewers want to hear this. If we don't tell them, they're going to turn to OAN and Newsmax. So, yeah, it has nothing to do with Mike Lindell's policies. Viewers of Fox like election denier lies.
Yeah, it's more popular now than ever. It really is. And I mean the caucuses are coming up. What, Tuesday?
Tomorrow.
Is that
No,
what?
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Wow.
Yeah,
On
40
MLK
below,
Day.
20 below, some shit.
Wow. And I would say that DeSantis doesn't have a chance, but look at the temperature outside. Hell has frozen over. So
Well,
nobody knows what's going to happen during the caucuses tomorrow.
I heard a thing that said that Trump fanatics may just stay home because he's 30 points up, and they might just say, "Fuck it, he's gonna win. Let's not even go caucus for him," and that could help Nikki and Ron.
I mean, if there's ever been a better reason than COVID for mail-in ballots, it is 40 fucking degrees below zero. I would let a Wuhan bat jerk off in my face before I went outside in 40-degree weather. I don't care who my candidate was running against. They are on their fucking own in 40-degree weather. I'm just going to
40-degree
stay in next to a
below.
heater. I'm going to get a bunch of vodka and some hot wings, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope for the best. I am not going out in 40 below weather. Fuck that.
You know what I like about this?
I'm in
Fucking you
40
go,
above weather right now. I'm not thrilled about going outside in this, to be honest. I can't say that I would go and vote against Trump in this kind of weather.
the thing I like is that meme that it's a guy, it's a cartoon, and he's standing and he's bundled up and he says, "I live where my face is cold. Why do I live where my face hurts when it's cold?" And then they show like Australia with big spiders and big lizards and crocodiles. It's like, oh yeah, 40 below takes care of all that shit. Nothing gets too big. And it works wonders on the homeless too. We don't look like LA or San Francisco here. So I'll take it. I'll put up with a couple months of this bullshit just to not have to deal with big spiders or fucking lizards like Florida chameleons.
Dude, if
Fuck
it
that
keeps
shit.
that cold, you're going to have to worry about polar bears. That's going to be a thing. They're going to start migrating south and being like, dude, the Midwest is cold as fuck. Let's go there and start eating people.
At least they're cute. I can stay in my car and like, look at polar bears. Fucking alligators, snakes, and spiders are not cute. I like polar bears. If I get mauled by one, at least I can like get some ear scratches in as he's eating me. Like, you're so cute. You said you eating me. Ah.
Dude, you don't need to get mauled by an alligator. The fucking air will do everything the alligator's teeth will do if you're out in it for more than 5 minutes in this weather. The whole fucking atmosphere is an alligator right now. A cold, icy alligator.
It really is. All right, so Mike Lindell has no advertising. I feel we've said this before. I feel bad for his employees. He's going to get bought out. What'll happen is like, what was that that firm Mitt Romney ran? That some company, one of those investment firms, will come scoop it up, and either they'll sell it off in pieces, or maybe they'll save it. But yeah, the employees, as we've said a million times, the people that have jobs that just want him to shut the fuck up with his assholery.
Right.
You know,
Right. Imagine not like if you're sort of like an hourly worker, like whatever, you'll just keep working whatever company buys the place. And like, but I'm pissed off for the guys who are kind of middle management. You know what I mean? Who like really work their way up in the company and they're making 6 figures a year just selling stupid fucking pillows. Which, hey man, this is gonna sound ignorant. I'm not a pillowologist or whatever. It can't be that much different than any other a fucking memory foam pillow. It just can't. I like a good memory foam pillow, but like I'm not the most brand loyal to those things. So you know, if I'm making 6 figures a year for one of those that just took the fuck off, I'm thanking my lucky stars. I'm like, dude, what did I, it's not like I'm selling electric cars. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm selling like heart medication or something really complicated. Like I'm selling fucking soft fluffies to put your head on. And I'm making banker money, dude. Like I am fucking rolling in it. And oh my God, he won't shut up about the election. Who cares who's president? We're rich no matter who wins. How about you fuck off? I don't even care if it really was stolen. I'm making comfortably six figures just from selling fluffy little stupid little pillows. And now you're fucking it. You took our winning lottery ticket that we got from selling pillows, something anybody else can make it. It's not, again, this is not brain surgery, making pillows. It's not. I get it. I'm ignorant in the pillow making. Maybe it is a lot more complex than I'm giving it credit for.
I doubt it.
Doesn't seem that complicated. I could not, if you put me in the woods, it would take me thousands and thousands of years of being alive and whittling away before I was able to make a laptop. I think I could figure out a decent fucking pillow within about 2 weeks. I could get some soft shit with some leaves and some brush, whatever. And it may not be quite as good, but it'll be closer than my laptop that I'm making out of bark. Like, it's gonna be closer to the real thing than that. So that you've got a winning lottery ticket that this man has torn up and wiped his ass with on behalf of Donald fucking Trump, dude. I'd be so goddamn pissed. It wouldn't even be about Trump. It would be like, even if you were doing this for Elizabeth Warren, I'd still want to fucking kill you right now.
Yeah, because there's no reason to do it. Like, literally going off the deep end of stupid.
Dude.
All right. Next story. Oh, this was cute. We talked about this last week. We might have mentioned it passing. Lauren Boebert, her husband, ex-husband, whatever.
I like that you gave the fancy French.
Oh, I always French it up. I French it up.
Yeah.
Boebert just sounds stupid to me. Boebert, at least.
Well, a lot of things she says is stupid. So Boebert it is. Boebert.
Last week, if I remember correctly, he showed up at a restaurant she was at, and I thought
he
called
though.
The police. I thought because, things got out of control and she smacked him a few times. Well, now he's been arrested. He's being investigated. I thought I sent you the link where it said he was arrested. Now I can't find it.
Yeah, he was. It did say he was arrested. It did say that he was the one who called the cops. Here's the thing. Did you look at the picture of them side by side?
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
Dude, my wife is a petite little lady, you know what I mean? And like, I'm like 6 foot and kind of chunky. She's like 5'2". So like, I'm just saying, before I call the cops for domestic abuse on my 5'2" tiny little wife, she better be hacking shit off with machetes.
Right.
Otherwise, they're gonna show up and be like, "Hey, you wasted our fucking time. Like, you could have, you know what I mean? Like, I could be stopping real assaults from people who don't dwarf the other person by
She's
3 times.
She is 5 feet. She is a tiny, tiny.
She's tiny. She's tiny. Look at that. I mean, that guy's at least 6 foot, and not like a skinny 6 foot either.
No, he looks like a not an offensive lineman, but he could throw some blocks. He could he could block a tackle.
Right.
Yeah. So if she's hitting him,
dude, it looks like Travis Kelce just called the cops on Taylor Swift and said, "Help me, please
Taylor
come and help
me." Is 5'10". She is a grown woman. She is not Lauren Boebert.
Fair enough.
I'm partial Swiftie.
Like
I know more things about Taylor Swift than I should, because she was my number 1 artist on my Spotify Rewind last year.
There you go.
No, this has
mine was
to do with
Kanye West. I became a really big fan last year. Anyway,
this has nothing to do with anything. Did you watch the 5th and fucking horrible Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny?
No, I saw the Skull of Nothing, and I checked out it.
It's as bad as that. In the very end, spoiler alert, anybody that wants to watch it, don't. It's horrible. I watched it the other day. In the end, the Phoebe Waller, what's her face, fucking decks Harrison Ford and knocks him out cold. And I'm just watching that scene going, no, that's not how it's going to work. She's going to hit him and he's going to go, "Why'd you hit me?" But in the movie, he goes down, the screen goes black. As like, that's what you just said about her hitting him. That's exactly what I thought of was Phoebe Waller, hitting Harrison Ford. And yeah, I get it. Harrison Ford's older.
Right.
But when you're hit with someone whose bicep is the size of my wrist, it's still not going to, it's really hard to knock someone out cold. In the movies, one punch and people drop. I've been hit in the face and I went, boom. Oh wow, that was weird. I just got hit in the
Right.
face.
Yeah. You got to either land it in a really good spot on the chin and shit, or it's got to be insanely fucking hard.
Yeah,
And if she
like a
can't reach
fucking
his
Tyson
chin,
would knock me down. But
she can't reach his chin. You understand?
yeah,
She's 5 foot tall. Even if she's leaping like the fucking kid in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, even if she's doing that, all he's got to do is just lean back a little bit. I mean, unless he's really letting her get inside with these hooks and uppercuts to the body,
she should
there's
have punched
nothing
him in the
she can do.
balls. She's right there. She should have fucking nailed him in the nuts.
You think that he's on the phone going, she keeps giving like crosses and overhand rights and stuff to my testicles. I mean, it's right at shoulder length, my testicles. So like I'm getting jabs and crosses, and it's really I wish she was my height, so I was just getting hit in the face and not the balls. You guys got to send somebody and make sure they're wearing cups protection against this ball punching maniac.
Yeah. Like I said, the couple divorced last year. That was a fast divorce. Usually divorces drag on for, like
It was a
months and months.
very fast divorce, especially for Little Miss Family Values over there,
Yeah.
who's all about getting the law involved in other people's marriages, but then she's getting divorced and getting blown at Beetlejuice or fucking punching her ex-husband at what's that place called? It was called the restaurant was
Oh,
called what was it? The miners what
I can't
the
remember, but
miners
yeah, that
something.
jumped out at me. It's not in
It
this
was a
article.
weird,
Check the other one.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Let me see
The
if I can find it.
Silt Police Department. Miners Claim. Yeah, the Miners Claim.
Miners claim. Now, if that doesn't sound like, huh? Come on, Pizzagate guys. If this was a Democrat getting arrested at miners claim, huh? It might as well be called Jepstein's Island. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, so funny. Um, okay. This headline I thought was a sad and just sad. When I clicked on this one, there's clickbait, and then there's like, really, is this America now? New York Times reporting, who are the Houthis and why is the U.S. attacking them? Is this how dumb we've gotten? Going back to the what was it, the Cole, the USS Cole. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Yemen's been in the news for a while. The Houthis have been around for a while, and
Yeah.
and now it's like, oh, let's inform people. Is this how uneducated the average American is, that we don't know what a fucking Houthi, who they are?
Oh yeah. Well, especially on foreign policy, until we're actively fighting someone, we don't give a shit or know what's going on there.
I suppose, but I do like the Houthi response. Also, the New York Times: U.S. led strikes draws fury from Iran, or Iran, depending on how you pronounce it. But I love, I love the Houthi response and the Iranian response. I just love the fact that, hey, we're going to be launching drones and rockets at ships and trying to take drones all the way fucking
Right.
up the coast to Israel. But the instant you strike back, it's how dare they? U.S. and Britain, we will fight. It's like, you fucking cunts started this. You dicks are the ones that are launching missiles at fucking commercial ships. Of course we're gonna bomb you. You don't get to act all outraged because we dropped missiles on you. I love the
I'm
anger.
pretty anti U.S. military engagement these days, but if you're hitting commercial ships, what the fuck
Yeah.
did you think was going to happen? Don't do the fucking I'm going to send rockets off, and then oh my god, a counter strike! I'm the victim. Like, oh, stop it.
Well, I didn't send you this. Did you happen to see that even Russia called for a meeting at the Security Council because of Britain and America's response? Like, Russia, like, I don't know if they should be doing this. Like, didn't you just invade another country? I mean, it's
Right.
just amazing, the hypocrisy. And America does not have clean hands in any of this.
These bastards were treating the Houthis like they were Ukrainians. That's not right. The Houthis should not be treated like Ukrainians.
I just think it's hilarious. The like you just pointed out, we get to launch all the rockets we want at commercial ships because fuck them. But the instant you counter
Right.
strike, then now we're outraged and you will suffer at the hands of. You remember this quote? We talked about the Yemeni war years ago on this podcast, because I remember at the time, I don't know where it's at right now, but at the time there were three factions fighting. There was Saudi Arabia was fighting in the north, Iran was backing, and there was an internal struggle. And I watched a documentary, and this is what I remember talking about with you. They talked to people on all three sides of the conflict, and every single one of them said, well, this kind of sucks, but God is on our side, so we will prevail. And I'm like, God can't be on all three sides. It was just one of those religious
Right.
things where it was Sunni, Shiite, and one other, and they were all just fighting and claiming, like, well, in the end, we'll be
It's insane.
victorious.
It's insane. Everybody does that. I mean, there's churches right now in my hometown of Iowa City, Iowa, claiming God likes them, and he made it 13 fucking degrees below zero. So I mean, it's he's causing wars to happen. He's causing crazy sub-zero temperatures. Maybe God doesn't like most of us.
I
In fact,
don't know.
for a place called the Holy Land, not a whole lot of shit grows there. It's a desert. A desert is someplace dry where it's almost impossible to live. That means God fucking hates that land. It doesn't want people there. He only wants rattlesnakes and shit and cactuses. When God makes something a desert, he means he hates it. For a place called the Holy Land by every fucking religion on the planet, God certainly still hates that place. I mean, I don't hate it. I didn't make it a desert. God did it. He hates you, not me. Quit worshiping that guy or fucking move someplace green and make that holy. I don't know.
The going back two sentences, when you talk about Iowa churches, the only thing I do not like about this cold, the only thing is that it gives complete assholes liberty to say, oh, what are you talking about, global warming? What do you mean climate change? It's fucking cold out now. The only thing I don't like about the cold is that it makes idiots say stupid shit like that. Otherwise, I don't care.
Do you see? I sympathize with those idiots when it's that fucking cold. Screw that. I get why people in Iowa in 13 degrees below weather don't take Greta Thunberg seriously. Going, it's getting warmer outside. Oh, we need to stop it. Like, screw you, Greta. I'm driving an SUV around in circles until it is at least at zero. I'm driving my SUV nonstop until the temperature at least hits 0 degrees.
All right, two stories left. This one, I asked you a question when I sent this. I am not sure what's more sad. The headline is Report International House of Pancakes employees fired after server refused to wait on black couple. And they investigated it, and yep, it was straight up racism. And dude, it's fucking, well, this happened in 2023. So, but still, it's not like I can say it's 2024 and this is still happening. It should not be happening in 2023. It should never happen. But it also begs the question I ask you: what is more depressing? This is the guy it was his birthday. Oh, sorry. The couple went to IHOP to celebrate his 49th birthday. This is a grown ass adult couple, 49th birthday. So what is more sad? The fact that racism is still prevalent and infecting America in 2023 and 2024, or the fact that an adult wants to have a birthday party at International House of Pancakes. It's a toss up to me.
I'm kind of on the birthday boy side in this, not just because of the racism, but for the IHOP thing in general, because I do not celebrate my birthdays for shit. Like my wife is more of a festive person, so she'll force me to do things for my birthday, but I'm like, yeah, but let's not spend a lot of cash on it. So if there was an IHOP across the street, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's go to IHOP and hope that the waitress isn't a racist cunt. You know what I mean? I'll get a little hat on, we'll get a little cake.
So you're just doing it for the thrifty measure, not the like.
Yeah.
All right,
I respect the hell out
that.
of this guy. He was like, I mean, I know IHOP isn't a 5-star restaurant or anything, but I'll bet there's
good.
not active segregationists working on the wait staff right now. Oh, whoops. Jesus Christ. Did I wander into a time machine? What the hell?
I walked through the door and it's 1950.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grant you that.
With
I'm
2024
exactly
inflation, mind you.
I'm exactly the same way. I got asked the day after my birthday last year, like, oh, how was your birthday? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't do anything. It was nice. I got a gift from, my wife, my kids hugged me, but I don't do anything for it. So if I was looking at it a different way, I was looking at it to like, let's go to IHOP. And that's why I thought that's kind of sad. It's probably not as sad as racism still existing, which is horrible, but it's sad. But if it's literally like, what do you want to do for your birthday? Fuck, I don't know. Go to IHOP. All right, acceptable.
Yeah.
There's no real difference between that, Applebee's, or fucking any of those shitty restaurants. TGI Fridays, Olive Garden. Yeah, if you're just going somewhere stupid, you could have gone somewhere good. You could have gone like a little Indian place, little Thai place, but you wanted bad pancakes. Whatever.
But I'm gonna guess this is a pretty small town on account of the whole "we don't serve blacks here" in 2024 thing.
I would
So
hope.
like, I don't think there's a ton. I don't think you get a lot of restaurants where the IHOP still doesn't serve black people, and a whole lot of like Thai cuisine right next to you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a lot of options in that town.
Um, I'm Googling it right now. City in Texas. Oh, it looks like, come on, fire up. Oh shit. No, dude, it's just a subdivision of Dallas. It's like,
Oh wow.
it's like Brooklyn versus Queens. It's right in the fucking mix. You zoom out enough, it just looks like Dallas. It's right there. It's
Holy shit.
opposite of Irving, where uh whatever the Cowboys, I believe. Yeah. So it's not Dallas, but it's right in there. So
I
yeah,
just love that this waitress thought that her "I don't serve black people," like 70 years after Martin Luther King or whatever. Uh, I
was
love
gonna
that she
fly,
thought
was
that
gonna
policy
work.
was still going to fly when there's 3 fucking bathrooms. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, there's a all genders bathroom, and you don't serve black people. Like, what? How do you think that was going to work out?
Yeah, I did that by especially, and we've said this before, in the day and age of social media. Like, what do you think you're getting away with? I get it. Back in the day, you could do what you
Right?
want. You had carte blanche. Assholes reigned supreme. Not anymore. Your fucking shitty racist attitude was never acceptable. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got away with it. You're outnumbered by good people now, dipshit.
I hope she's conformed to all the progressive things except for this. I hope she's like, listen, I'll call them whatever the fuck pronouns they want, but they better be the right goddamn skin color. I'll tell you that right now. And no, we don't
Select
use plastic straws in this restaurant. I'm trying to stop global warming. What I mean, you know, it's not like it
selective
only
hate.
affects where black people live. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a fuck. But it's affecting us too. We need to make the
Right.
planet warmer. Otherwise, it's going to be the whites that suffer as well.
Oh, that would be funny. Just selective hate. All right, final story. Not much to say here. Joe Coy, 1 week ago today, as we record, this will get posted. Hosted the Golden Globes, did not do the best job of it. I didn't watch them because I never watch award shows where millionaires hand other millionaires trophies. I started hearing about it like after when it hit social media and people were like, "Oh, Joe Coy, fuck Joe." I went on. I was surprised by
I
the
heard little
amount
clips
of
and things.
people
Yeah.
that were angry and posting about this. Like they tore after him like he had done. So, and I guess later on it became like, oh, he said Barbie was based on a movie about a plastic doll with big boobs. He said boobs, and so everybody was crying sexism. Greta Hardwig, Gerwig, the director of Barbie, came out in defense of him and said, no, he's not wrong. Like it wasn't the greatest joke in the world, but yeah, it's a movie based on a doll that for
Right.
years, but it just the amount of anger and hate just because a comedian bombed. I'm like, are we out of problems? I mean, here we're in a country. What a great 2 stories to end on. We are in a country where people still think it's okay to be racist and try and deny service to someone that doesn't look like them. Yet at the same time, everything is so good in this country that hey, let's just get all up in arms because a comedian bombed. What a time to be alive. That's what I have to say.
I like that it's outrage over stuff that he said, um, not because it was offensive, but it was just really not funny.
Because
I
it was
love
lame, right?
that. With all the people getting outraged because a comic said this and a comic said that, and oh, this is offensive to this group or that group, and they're just like, this is offensive to the group of people that has a sense of humor. We're outraged on their behalf.
I read an article. Did you read this? It might have been the one I sent you because I thought I sent you one. Michael Che had a good take. But there was an article I read that said he opened by saying, "Isn't it great to be here?" And nobody responded. Just you, I guess, Joe. And then he started making Meryl Streep jokes. Oh, Meryl Streep is here. She's always here. How original. Like this is what you're getting upset about. A guy is hosting a show and he's excited. And so you're angry at him. and he's busting out a lame Meryl Streep joke, and so that makes you angry? Fucking let it go. He did nothing. He had 10 days to prepare. The one thing I said is he should not have thrown the writers under the bus, where he said, I didn't write all these jokes.
Well, right. Yeah, yeah.
That was not fair, but he can apologize to the writers. There's no reason for anybody in their basement to be screaming, how dare he pick on those writers? He shouldn't have, but he'll apologize.
I disagree. I think it's funny that he roasted. I think he should have roasted them more and then just gone like, hey guys, you know what I mean? I was tanking up that. Like, I would get it if I was one of his writers. I'd be like, yeah, dude, make it fucking hilarious. Call me a piece of shit. I don't care.
Yeah, something. One of the writers jumped in on it and said, "My first writing gig after the strike, and I'm getting and Joe Coy is making fun of me." Well,
oh, suck my dick. I'll bet he's an unfunny fucking hack. He's probably the reason Joe Coy bombed. Fuck you. Like, what do you say? Yeah, dude, he didn't get a laugh.
Did you watch it?
Don't act like you fucking crushed. You didn't.
Did you watch it though?
I watched little clips. It didn't seem that bad, but either way, it's
the audience was laughing. They kept saying he was bombing. The audience,
yeah, no, it didn't seem like he did as bad as everybody thought.
But some of the jokes were actually pretty good. He just sold them poorly. Like he swallowed his own punchline. Like there was one where he said, "Oh, I never thought I'd be attracted to a plastic doll like I am." Ryan.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it was for Ryan Gosling, but he didn't really hit the punchline. He did. I just don't understand the outrage. I did make this comment.
To me, I'm like, it's a team sport, bro. If you go up there with my jokes and it doesn't go well, do what you got to do to get a laugh. I don't care. Say I got a small dick and a bad hairline. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, the one thing this goes back to everybody that was complaining about him. The one thing I said they all seem to have in common, everybody complaining about Joe Coy, is they're all really good at not selling out arenas full of people who want to see them perform comedy. Joe Coy does. So whether or not he had an off night, some people, I commented and someone said, yeah, but he did this on the Golden Globes. It was the biggest audience ever. I'm like, but who cares? It's the Golden Globes. It's a fucking bunch of pretty people handing other pretty people trophies. How does that? He bombed. Big deal.
And like, if he's already been selling, that's a good point. If he's already been selling out arenas, no one's going to sit there going, I mean, he crushed when we saw him in the Staples Center, but I didn't like the Golden Globes joke, so I don't want to see him again. Like, no one's going to do that, bro. He's already got his massive. He's got a whole fucking army of fans. Like, they don't give a shit about this. If anything, it's going to make them want to support him more because they're going to be like, I've seen the man's specials and he's really good. Even if they haven't seen him live, they've seen a whole hour of his special where he's doing really fucking good and it's great. I could, if I watch a comic special and I think it's really good, I don't give a fuck how they do on some award show, because here's the thing about it, like, it's not a comedy show. It's not. And people have pointed out, like, this is the worst fucking audience ever. I mean, like, as a comic, you do a lot of bad gigs where they, you know, sometimes it'll be in bars where
it's like ambush show.
And what's up?
It's almost like ambush comedy. They're there. They
ambush comedy.
And they all fucking they're surrounded by yes men. These are pampered fucking celebrities. And when you try and make a joke, sometimes that's what made Gervais so good, because he went in with double barreled and didn't give a fuck.
He's playing to the people at home, not the people in the room.
Right. And Michael Che, the article I did send you, pointed out, like, what people forget, what you said about a special is, like, you have Chris Rock or anybody who will tour for a year refining jokes, saying, hey, no cameras, no filming, no phones, refining jokes. And then at the end of that year, they record their special. It takes them a year. He had 10 days. It was like you get thrown into a room, you're reading off a prompter. It's like Saturday Night Live almost, because you don't have everything memorized. You are not at your peak. This is
essentially an open mic that he did in front of millions of people. So it's, they're all jokes he's trying for the first time, and it's in front of a bad audience. It's like an ambush show, because it's not like really an ambush show.
He can have the jokes memorized. It is an open mic. He can, like, okay, we're going to do this joke. We're going to do this joke, but he hasn't done it in front of an audience, as far as I know. Maybe he did one. Right. I've heard stories where, like, Kimmel or other hosts, they will go to the Comedy Store for like 3 weeks beforehand and test the jokes for the award show. He didn't have time for that. People called me out for being forgiving of another comedian. All right, well, you fucking do his job. See if you can do it. See if you can stand on in front of an audience of celebrities that are going to make you nervous, live broadcast, and fucking you drop that. You get a 10 from the East German judge. See what they, scorecard.
Everyone's been booked on a show that was either an ambush show or it's a show where the comedy is such a small part of it. Like, it's for some
Oh, I've tanked on that.
organization or
Yeah,
so.
or it was like, and now a comedian, and the
Right.
DJ's over in the corner, and it's like nobody's paying
And they are
attention.
not always
Yeah,
the most receptive audience. And so you have to realize that's what's going on there. The actors don't give a fuck about the comedy portion of it. The host, they're there to hopefully win awards or show up for the like they're there for the acting part of it. Like they're actors. You can't even blame them for not being a good audience. They're not there for the fucking dick jokes. They're there for the actor stuff. If anything, he's impeding the fucking rest of the show from going if he's spending too much time up there telling jokes. So I don't even really blame the actors for being a bad crowd that much. I blame just sort of the situation itself. I mean, I get why you would want to have like a funny host or whatever, but that's not the purpose of the award show. So you can't expect the people there showing up to be a comedy crowd when it's not a comedy show. It's a
I
guy
think they're
telling
as
jokes in
nervous as he
between
is.
awards.
I said he was nervous, doing these jokes for the first. They're nervous because they're like, "Am I going to win? Am I not going to win?" Like there are a
Right.
lot of them that want to. All right, well, all right, let's
They're
wrap
thinking
this
about
up.
so much other stuff other than what the fuck you say. They're probably not even listening, half of them.
Yeah. All right, you can find Jake, the symbol at Jake Vevra on all aspects of social media, and on Thursday nights, every Thursday live on YouTube, he hosts
Twisted Cupid podcast.
Twisted Cupid. That's they get questions off Reddit about relationships and answer those questions with a comedic twist. I can be found at nathantimmel.com. If you go there, you will see that I have a t-shirt store right up front that has over 50 designs. They say cute things like insecure people are easily triggered. Oh, kind of like people who get angry over the Golden Globes and how a comedian does on it. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Chicago's Comedy Scene Radio. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks for listening wherever you listen.
Lauren Boebert beat my ass like the Golden Globes beat Joe Coy.